Good afternoon, my name is Diana Gubey, and today for English class I'll present this video that is about a video that we already watched and we need to talk about it. And this video is called, the video that I watched, it's called Digital Agriculture Transforming Farmers' Lives. This video was very interesting for me because it talked about many points and many facts I didn't know about before. To be honest, I never sat down and took my time to analyze how much effort farmers do to bring food for their houses. How sad it is there in Australia, how tough it is for them to get their food on their tables. To be honest, I've never thought about it before, and many farmers make a lot of sacrifices to get their food because some of them have their farms very long away from where they live, and they need to walk every day so they can feed their crops, give water to their crops, and make them safe, because from there is where they eat. And it's very sad as well how ignorant we are about these topics, because we don't know how difficult the situation is in other places. Just because we have everything able, just because we can eat when we want, can have what we want, doesn't mean people don't suffer, doesn't mean everyone lives the way we live. Just because we are not in others people's position doesn't mean we will not take care about what we eat, because it's very easy for us to consume as much food as we want, but for them it's not that easy. It's not the same case because they need to make a lot of effort to get the food they want. They need to walk, they need to suffer, they need to make a lot of sacrifices. And we don't see that. We live every day without thinking about other people. We're being selfish, because this is not how God wants us to live. God wants us to help everyone, to help how much we can, as much as we can, and to take care about other people, not just us, because this makes us very selfish humans. And before mentioning the video, it says that we need 1 liter of water per calorie of food. That was a very shocking thing for me to know, because I've never thought about how many liters of water does a calorie of food needs. Now that I know that it's 1 liter per calorie, it made me feel very shocked, very amazed, because just think about how many calories does a person consume per day. According to nutritionists, we need to consume at least 2,000 calories per day. Now, take your time and think, how much liters of water does a person consume per day? 2,000 liters of water. That's a lot. Well, and before mentioning the video, it talked about that per calorie of food we need 1 liter of water. This fact was very shocking for me because I didn't know, I had no clue about this. But now that I know that we need 1 liter of water per calorie of food, it's incredible. I feel amazed because it's a lot of water. Just take your time and imagine think about how much calories does a nutritionist tell people to consume per day? 2,000 calories. Now just think, 2,000 liters of water per day per person. It's a lot. Just take your time now and think about how many people are in the world. There are a lot of people around the world, and every people need 2,000 liters of water. So now that you know this, every time that you sit down and eat your meal, think about how many calories you will consume that day. Because now that you know that's 1 liter of water per calorie of food, you'll be more conscious about this, because let me tell you that there's a lot of people that does not consume only the 2,000 calories that they need. They consume more, and they don't measure how much water they're consuming because of the calories they consume. They don't measure, they don't know anything, and this is very sad because it shows how ignorant humans are of these topics. And it's something very important for us to know, because many people suffer and many people does not have food, and we're consuming a lot of food. During I watched the video, I had the opportunity of listening this sad testimony of Lucy, that she's a woman from Australia and she's a farmer. This woman makes a lot of sacrifice to have food for her and her family. Her farm is 7 kilometers away from where she lives, and she walks every day to the farm to check if the soil is has moisture, if it's dry, if it's wet. And she through experience has got to know all these things and learn about this, because she does not have a device, she does not have anything that tell her if the soil is good or is not good, wet or dry. And she made everything by her own through experience. Nobody told her this is right, this is wrong. And she spent a lot of time working this way. But then, thanks to the CSIRO, that it's the Natural Science Agency back in Australia, they came with the brilliant idea of bringing up a device that it's named the chameleon. This chameleon consisted on 3 colors: red, blue, and green. And every color meant something. When it was blue, this meant that the moisture is wet. When it was red, it meant that the moisture was dry. And when it was green, it meant that it's so that it's not as dry, but it's not as wet. Lucy felt thankful, she felt happy, she felt pleased, because now she'll not waste time thinking about and experiencing if the soil has if it's wet or it's dry. With that device, her life was much easier, because then she just went and put this device in the soil, and the lights will tell her if it's dry, if it's wet, if it needs more water, if it doesn't need more water. So this was a brilliant idea, a brilliant device for her, and now she's having more time to do other stuff. And there was another device that the CSIRO brought to her that's named the Full Stop. This device helped her telling how much nutrition the soil has. This device was installed in the soil, and then it tells her if the percentage of nutrition that the soil has for her to eat the crops. And it tells her as well if the soil is well for her to plant more seeds so she can have more crops. To be honest, I think that every farmer needs to have these 2 devices, the Full Stop and the chameleon, because it makes our lives much easier. And it's very important for us to know how many nutrients, or the percentage of nutrients that our soil has, to have a more control of it, and to fertilize it when we need to, not when we want to. Because sometimes we think that by fertilizing the plants, they'll get bigger, they'll get stronger, healthier. No, the plants need fertilizer, but not always. Just when we measure the moist and measure the nutrients, then we can apply the fertilizer. but it's not when we want to. And after I watched this video, I can conclude saying that we need to be more conscious. We need to take about other people, not just of us. And me too, we need as well to be in control of our soil if we are farmers. Always trying to check, always trying to measure the moist. And this video also helped me to value the effort of every farmer. And thanks to this video, now I know the importance of measuring the moisture of our soil, checking the soil if the soil has enough nutrients for the crops to grow healthier.